next to a guy who's setting records and changing how we're supposed to look at the quarterback position. He's the former number 1 overall pick, which I think actually you're always the number 1 overall pick, right? It's like no one's ever going to call you the former Heisman Trophy. When you won the Heisman Trophy, it's still in your possession, it's still yours. Baker Mayfield. Baker, a year after the whirlwind of Heisman Trophy, being the number 1 overall pick, getting a chance to start for the Browns, turning that season around. What's this been like for you?
It's exactly what you said, a whirlwind. A lot of things have happened, in the past year and some change. It's been unbelievable, really, and it's been a dream come true. Trying to kind of look back on it now that I have a time to really breathe and be thankful for what I've been blessed with.
If you could go back and go, I want to mulligan on one thing, what would it be?
There's too many to.
Just pick one.
It's got to be that last drive against the Ravens. Missing the out route to Jarvis on the inside and not converting on the earlier down to be able to. We weren't in a situation where we had to go forward and fourth. Okay,
if there's one thing that you take great pride in that hasn't gotten its due, right? Like you had that really funny bit with Cooper Manning about the Bengal, right? Like, dude, I own that Bengal, right? I'm a Brown. I own the Bengal. That was awesome. There's other things that people that that other people don't that you wish people would recognize. What would it be?
I think how much fun I'm having with it. I'm being myself, and like it or not, you don't have to like it. I'm not looking for approval, but I'm really living out a dream, and I truly believe that. And so I'm trying to enjoy every single day, and trying to inspire others, and have a inspirational feel on other people, and be a role model. To have a confidence level and just be yourself. Be proud of who you are. Don't be ashamed of it.
Did you read the Seth Wickersham article on what's gone on behind the scenes at the Browns the past couple of years and into this year?
I did not, but I was told by a lot of people what it was. They said it was pretty long.
And you're like, I'm done. I've done my studying. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm there now. It's about what's going on right now. The past is the past, and for people to, the past doesn't matter right now. It's about what we're going to do for the future and what we're doing right now.
Your new head coach was the interim offensive coordinator, but he was the running backs coach at the start of the year. Like you want to talk about an ascension. I mean, I don't know, between you starting as a freshman, as a walk-on at Tech, and a guy going from a running back coach to the head coach of the Browns.
Yeah.
When did you know, this dude can do it?
Just talking to him, seeing, where he was at mentally. He was the QB coach in Arizona, and so when I had conversations with him, he was very smart, knew ball, obviously, but then how he was able to relate to all the guys, get them to believe in themselves, and just get everybody on the same page. And so I think that was the most important thing, and I was most impressed with that. Was he went from obviously that running back job where he was only affecting 3-4 guys, and then he became the offensive coordinator, and he had the whole thing, and then now he's the head coach. It's just how he's able to adapt, but still be that same person, still be that same guy that everybody believes in. Don't change, and he is that guy.
Chubb told us, he said you get on him because he's so country, right? He's now the head coach, and
he is from Alabama.
Yeah, that you ride him how country is.
Oh, absolutely.
Does it have to change? But that's kind of what you talked about, and it's kind of one of the same with. Can you be a quarterback and talk trash to the other team? Can you be? Because no one does that.
I mean, have you watched Phillip Rivers ever play? I mean, everybody acts like what I do is so jaw-dropping. I mean, you watch some of these guys, you got to be a competitor out there.
Yeah.
I mean, you watch Tom Brady. He's very competitive. Everybody expresses it different ways, but I am who I am, and that's how I express it. I'm going to let you know that I want to beat you. Obviously, that's everybody's goal is to win, but I'm going to make it loud and clear. I'm going to try and get in your head, and I'm still going to do my job on the side. And I think that's what everybody's worried about is quarterbacks normally don't talk trash because they have their job to worry about.
Right.
But I've been able to do it to where I can talk trash and then still get my job done. And I think, if there comes a time where I'm not getting my job done, I won't be talking.
Kyler now is considering football, right? And he took what you did and then by some people's estimation maybe even topped it, right?
Yeah.
That dude's a freak. But people said that you're small. Tyler is really small. So what do you think that the challenges are for him at the level that you now know and you've now played at?
Finding windows to throw. But, I said it last year when I was going through the draft process. We had an NFL-sized offensive line. So throwing over people, finding windows is something that we had to adapt to and we're used to. He's been doing it his whole life. And when it comes down to it, people can say what they want. The kid he'll time out at a 4.3 in the 40 if he runs it.
Yeah.
He's strong, really strong, great leader, and he's a winner, most importantly.
An NFL GM told me, he said, look, he's Doug Flutie with Mike Vick's athleticism.
Absolutely. And that's true.
Yeah, and I also said that, and he also, and I've been. Now people are starting to come around to it. I want you to know, I was the first to go like, hey, the whole baseball thing, you get paid some money up front, but you don't make real money until like year 5 or 6. Whereas if he's a first round pick, he gets money right away, and he's a pro right away, and he starts that clock towards that second contract.
Exactly. But it's not even about the contract thing. To me, it's about him wanting to play football, him wanting to do that. He's passionate. He's passionate about both, but. Riding around in a minor league bus around the country doesn't sound very fun, and I think that's what it comes down to for him is being able to compete and live out his dream, and I think that's playing in the NFL.
What's the secret sauce for going from almost winning to winning? Obviously, there was a coaching change, but look, when you got there, there's always this sense of the Browns are going to screw it up, right? The Browns always lose, and then you got to but that's what it was when you got there, right? You won 1 game and 2, and then at the start of the season, you should have first game of the year you should have won, right? And you're sitting there like, they're the Browns. They still can't kind of figure out. What's the secret? How did you turn that from expectations being something bad would happen to expectations being something good would happen? Because that's what happened in the middle of the season, even more so than the coaching change.
Well, it wasn't just me. We had the right pieces. We just needed guys to believe in it, to trust each other and to, realize what we had in the locker room and just come together. And I think that was the most important thing was you could feel the energy before the season within the locker room. Guys realizing, all right, we got some key players, we got all this, and let's put it together. And just, finding ways to win is the most important when people haven't done it in a long time. And then building consistency.
Do you feel any sorrow at all for putting my boy Cowherd in a body bag?
Absolutely not.
None?
None
None at all. Baker Mayfield joining us. He's up for the Pepsi Rookie of the Year. He's a finalist. He, Nick Chubb, Phillip Lindsay, Darius Leonard, Saquon Barkley. No Derwin James, who also could be on this list. To live up to the hype, like you're a number 1 pick, and many people, I thought Sam Darnold would go 1 overall. He's not on this list. To live up to it, that has to for a guy who loves to prove people wrong. You're proving the Browns right, aren't you, by being on this list?
You know what? I set my own expectations, and so that's the most important thing for me. You know what? I'm glad they took a chance and believed in me, and so for me now, being able to do that for them, and then. I got to take the next step. I'm not satisfied with what we've done. We didn't even have a winning record. But, there's change being made, and that's the positive thing to look at. And so we got to build on that and keep going and keep going.
What's the one thing you have to do to improve?
Take care of the ball and just put us in a good position to win every game.
Man, an unbelievable year. Unbelievable, and you seem to be having a lot of fun with it, which is what it's all about. Like, if I was in your position, you know what, dude? I'd be having a lot of fun with it as well. Can't wait to see the next photo spread. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.